Last but certainly not least, the RVP of the Western Pacific region, Ham Ghaffari.
Good evening, distinguished guests. Let me adjust this, I'm a little bit shorter. Sisters, brothers, fellow veterans, especially my fellow Marines. You know, it was amazing to hear Patrick talk about the honor it is to receive this award, but I got to tell you, the honor is ours as leaders of this organization to be able to stand on the shoulders of giants such as you and every one of your fellow brothers and sisters back home. As you've discovered by now with a lot of these folks that have gotten the awards, air traffic control is truly a team sport. And on January 19th of last year, Brian Bond, Carlton Wickstrom, and Aaron Phones from Phoenix Tracon displayed that working together, a team of professional air traffic controllers can help keep the skies even safer. When a VFR Cessna 172 encountered IMC conditions due to a severe winter weather system, it was given an IFR clearance. The pilot was having trouble maintaining an assigned heading and was given instructions to keep away from a military operations area prior to being placed on Carlton's frequency at Phoenix Tracon. When the pilot checked in, she had plans to continue to Phoenix Goodyear, but he immediately advised her of nearby Prescott, which would get her into a lower minimum vectoring altitude and into better weather. Carlton took immediate control of the unfolding emergency and calmly issued instructions to the pilot to give her the best chance of landing safely. He did all this without overwhelming the pilot, who was having issues with her mode C, while struggling to maintain altitude and was unsure of her heading and was also experiencing issues with her vertical speed indicator. Carlton issued instructions to the pilot to make sure her wings were level, as she had begun to grow confused and sounded a bit scared. While Carlton handled the pilot, an equally important operation was going on behind the scenes. First line manager Doug Hart coordinated getting two pilot controllers, Brian Bond and Aaron Phones, back on the control room floor to assist. They quickly came to the control room floor to provide expertise. Aaron took over the frequency and immediately assessed if the wings were level and instructed the pilot to climb because of a nearby 7,900-foot mountain peak. Doug did an outstanding job in supporting the team of Carlton, Brian, and Aaron to ensure a positive outcome. Let's roll the tape.
Yeah, Skyhawk 7, Mike Echo. Information Foxtrot current at Prescott. The wind's 250 at 4. Prescott altimeter 3021. Expects runway 21 left.
Mike Echo, okay.
Skyhawk 7, Mike Echo. Yes, ma'am. Descend and maintain 9,000.
I'm at over 8,000.
Low altitude alert, Skyhawk 7, Mike Echo. Check your altitude immediately. Minimum vectoring altitude in your area is 9,000.
7 Mike Echo, time to climb.
Skyhawk 7, Mike Echo, roger, ma'am. And do you have the terrain in sight?
No, 7 Mike Echo, no terrain in sight.
Skyhawk 7, Mike Echo, okay, ma'am. Climb and maintain 9,000.
7 Mike Echo at 8,400. We'll keep climbing to 9,000.
Skyhawk 7, Mike Echo, that's great, ma'am. And what heading are you currently showing?
Currently, 7 degrees.
Skyhawk 7, Mike Echo, do you know how much fuel you have remaining, ma'am? And how many souls on board?
7 Mike Echo, there's 2 of us on board, and we're doing really good on fuel. We've still got about 25,000.
Skyhawk 7, Mike Echo, thank you, ma'am. Skyhawk 7, Mike Echo, does it appear your instruments are working, ma'am?
7 Mike Echo. I mean, it appears so, but I know I'm getting tossed around a lot, so it probably doesn't look like it on your head.
Skyhawk 7 Mike Echo, I just want to make sure you're getting a good indication that you're receiving a good vacuum on the suction gauge and that your attitude indicator appears to be working normally. Skyhawk 7 Mike Echo, radar contact lost. Skyhawk 7 Mike Echo, Phoenix approach.
7 Mike Echo, I'm trying to get straight level. I was descending a lot and turning, so.
Skyhawk 7 Mike Echo, okay ma'am. What altitude are you showing?
I'm showing 6,600, so I don't know the obstacles.
Skyhawk 7 Mike Echo, roger ma'am. You need to climb and maintain 8,000 if able.
Okay, but it's going to take a while to get there, so if there's obstacles, can you back to me?
Skyhawk 7 Mike Echo, radar contact is lost ma'am.
Understood. Thank you.
So Mike Echo, I want you to look at your instruments and you look at your attitude indicator. Do you show a wings level attitude?
At the moment, yes.
Okay, I want you to keep the wings level. I want you to add as much power as you can and try to gently climb up.
7 Mike Echo, roger that. I will do that.
So Mike Echo, what is your altitude currently? Are you able to keep a climb?
7 Mike Echo, I'm able to climb. I'm getting tossed around a lot. Altitude is 7,100.
Okay, you're at 7,100, and what is your heading?
About 120, it looks like.
Jerome 43.5.
Okay, 7 Mike Echo, if you could, I need you to turn to the northeast, maybe about a 070 heading. If you could turn just a slight left turn to about a 070 heading, just to go to the northeast.
So slight left to 070. Still climbing. Thank you.
Okay, the cloud layer should be a little bit better in that area. If you're at a lower altitude, do you have ground visibility? Can you see any kind of lights?
No lights, just snow, and with the wind, it's actually hard to take my eyes off the instruments.
Number 7, Mike Echo, are your wings level right now?
They're tossing, they're in the left turn right now, but they keep going level.
Okay, 7 Mike Echo, if you could just level the wings off momentarily, level the wings, and then look at what your heading says on your compass.
It looks like about, I'm coming, 100.
Okay, 100, does that show on your DG? Is your DG say 100? Does it match your compass?
No, I stopped trying to mess with that because the gyro on that is really lagging.
Okay, no problem. This sounds like your DJ is lacking. Okay, just continue a left turn to a 050 heading. Just turn about 30, maybe 40 degrees to your left. I need you to go to the north. Number 7, Mike Echo, do you have instruments? Are you able to possibly try an ILS approach? Do you have the instrument capability, VOR signals for an ILS approach?
7 Mike Echo, no, actually, a negative. My ILS is not responding, but I do have a VOR capability.
Okay, I appreciate it. Number 347, Mike Echo, I want you to start a VFR, I just want you to start a descent. I want you to make a slight power reduction and continue straight ahead and start descending.
Okay, so roger that. I have noticed that my vertical speed is completely off. I think that's what's blowing me off. It's saying that the 10 is actually it's a climb, but it's a descent. So.
Number 7, the power says they can see you. Are you able to see the airport?
7 Echo, I see the airport. I'm flying over there on my left.
7 Mike Echo, are you in VMC conditions? Can you take over visually?
7 Echo, affirmative.
347 Mike Echo, roger, runway 21 left to be your best option for the winds. And 7 Mike Echo, we have the runway lights as bright as they can go. Do you want the tower to turn them down just slightly?
7 Echo, it's at their discussion that I have the airport in sight, so I'm comfortable here.
7 Mike Echo, okay, sounds great. If you could, go ahead and contact the tower 125.3, 125.3.
125.3, 7 Mike Echo, I really appreciate all your help. Thank you.
Great job, appreciate it.
So Carlton, Brian, and Aaron were able to formulate a plan and communicate it to the pilot, all while keeping her calm and focused. They displayed professionalism and expertise by asking all the right questions and remaining calm and collected at all times. This situation could have had a grave outcome. Their quick thinking, composure, and dedication to keeping the skies safe saved 2 lives that night. It is my honor to bring these dedicated professionals up on stage to receive this very well-deserved award.
Good evening. Just want to, I'll keep this short and sweet. I want to thank Carlton and Aaron for keeping calm during that whole situation and allowing me to piggyback on this award with them, doing a little bit of background coordinating for them. I want to thank all the members from P50 who made it out tonight for this award ceremony, all those watching back at home as well. Thanks.
Matt, what an honor to be up here. But I'd like to say a few words. Thank you, Doug. You're one hell of a supervisor. Rich Nolan, thank you for writing this up. And the local NAC at P50 for submitting this for us. Good job on them. I'd also like to thank my fiance, Courtney. She's putting up with all my crap over the years. And we do a lot of flying together. And even she knows what a good job you guys do each and every day. Because even though when I fly by myself, the first thing she always asks me, well, are you going to talk to ATC? Of course, my answer is, of course, honey. So thank you very much.
Aaron touched on, and Brian was working with Doug and Rich, and not to put too fine a point on it, but if it wasn't for those two, the 3 of us wouldn't be standing here this evening. And it really just shows the dedication. Those guys have put 20 years on the boards before jumping over to management. They haven't forgotten, and they take good care of us. A lot of friends out here, a lot of facilities, so I do appreciate the gang coming from P50. I think it's about the biggest crowd they've had in the years been here, my first year coming. And last but not least, my folks watching back home, along with my lovely bride. Thank you, babe, for putting up with me. It's our 10 years this year. I miss you. I'll be home tomorrow. Thanks.